It's 5 o'clock on this Wednesday evening, June 24th, 2020. It's time now for the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news on this Wednesday evening, June 24th, 2020. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter J. Wiggins. It is 5 o'clock on this Wednesday evening, and the mountain temperature is 86 degrees. Top story on the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news on this Wednesday evening is three men that I ended up of Ahmaud Arbery. House hearing exposes Democrats witness accused bar of choosing politics over justice. Appeals court panel orders end the Michael Flynn case. Airline shakers stumble as New York imposes quarantine for the cases back. 5 states hit new as for COVID-19 hospitalization 9 records show 7-day averages fall. Massachusetts continuing in the right direction. Senate confirms Trump's 200th judicial nominee. Guests can now have contactless stays at the Citizen M Motel in Boston. People of color won't be required to wear a mask in Oregon County. Hundreds of National Guard troops are mobilized to protect DC monuments amid protests. How New York City plans to crack down on illegal fireworks. Kim Jong-un hits a pause button on threats against South Korea. European Union considering ban on U.S. travelers. Kosovo President Hashim Taki indicted for war crimes cancels White House meeting. Sarah Death Storm Tucker. The historic Sarah plume is dark in the size of the Caribbean and will soon threaten the United States. Charlie Baker's coronavirus response police reform bill criticized at Pulse State House for the redevelopment launch. A plane crash in Pakistan last month that killed nearly 100 people was a large result of a human error in both the cockpit and the control tower, investigators said Wednesday. Kosovo President Hashim Thaçi charged with war crimes. Japan defends wartime island as it grows with Seoul. IMF shares plea lowers global growth estimates for 5% decline this year. North Korean media articles are denouncing the illegal activism of defectors in the South have been removed from the websites. Senate Democrats Wednesday blocked the advancement of public legislation reform, placing the United States saying that it doesn't go far enough. Navy receives first South Korea racial CMAV 222B Osprey. Now falls 700 points amid surging in coronavirus cases, quarantine orders. Bear settles roundup lawsuit for $10 billion. House Democrats introduced legislation to bring forth a Affordable Care Act, and Speaker Nancy Pelosi announced that she plans to bring it to a floor vote next week. Restarting professional sports with fans and tennis may not be a good idea, as may increase COVID-19 deaths, the new flu study suggests. Aaron Zelensky, one of the federal prosecutors who tried the political strategist Roger Stone, told the House committee Wednesday Stone was offered a lighter sentence because of his relationship with President Trump. Connecticut, New Jersey, and New York announced Wednesday that visitors coming from 9 states, including Florida and Texas, will be subject to quarantines for 14 days because of high infection rates in those states. A three-judge panel, federal appeals panel, sided with the Justice Department and Michael Flynn on Wednesday, ruling 2-1 that the district judge over this case must drop charges. And Inspector General was viewed of racial disparity in the United States Air Force, including U.S. Space Force, is underway, the Air Force said. Taking a look at stocks. Dow fell 637.55 at 25.5 at 18.55 S&P 500 80.96 at 3050.33 and the Nasdaq down 222.20 at 9909.17. There, Veneman seller GNC Olin is filed for bankruptcy. Tesla's under investigation by NHTSA. First MCU touchscreen EMC failure. Mystery object spotted by astronomer changes a talk of black holes, neutron stars. NASA missions and discover unique young world. Austin stock doctor says it'll recommend city shut down sooner, but changes are made now. UAE and China launch phase 3 clinical trial in the humans for COVID-19 vaccine. A spring break trip to Massachusetts resort led to 64 coronavirus cases in Texas. East Lantenberg patrons after self-quarantine after outbreak. Peter Chill News Time is 5:04. Courthouse is massive to reopen the public on July 13th for limited purpose with the courts continue to conduct most business virtually. Park near your dine, there's fair and outdoor tables that. Governor Baker and the announced restaurants could resume outdoor dining with spacing. Requirements only July and outdoor dining walls with spacing requirements on Monday. Starland Amusement Complex reopens in Hanover as a fun park is on Route 53 and Hanover has opened many minutes attractions including mini golf, go-karts, and batting cages. Peter Jones Design is 5:05. Time now for a sports report. Barbara Ross believed Ropeman Garage wasn't news talk about him, McDonald's embarrassment. Dealing with racial matters will be sure go NBA and NBPA when season resumes then. MLB returns with a 60-game season. Peter Jones Design is 5:05. Time now for Peter Jones Traffic and Transit check on this Wednesday evening. Beep, beep. On the MBTA commuter rail. Looking good. Subway looking good. And the ferries, they are all looking good. How was my with New England? 95. Both ends back between Yorktown and Providence. One way to both ends back between Canada and Raintree. 7 expressway southbound also at Raintree Stretch. 24 southbound side also one way in Canton. One way at northbound side also around the Linfield Stretch. And it's looking good in North New England. It's 91 southbound side also upstate Vermont. Now, looking at the weather situation. Looking at some radar shows a line of rain showers stretching the line from Hudson, Mass, all the way up down 45, up in the lowland. Heavy band of rain showers. Route 45, Route 2 up in the Acton area, and instead towards the northeast. And seeing another line of heavy band of rain showers and storms from Lowell down to south of Hempstead, New Hampshire, and another batch of rain showers and storms stretching from north of Epping, New Hampshire, down to Rochester, New Hampshire. Some heavy band of rain showers around Barrington, New Hampshire. And looked at the up in Maine, some clusters of showers and storms. They're all headed towards the northeast. And looking at the forecast, going to be gentle showers and thunderstorms before 8 p.m. Podcast by 62 degrees, calm and just 30%. New percent less than 10 minutes, false miles, false thunderstorms. But Thursday, most of the time, 84 degrees, calm and coming in the southwest around 6 pound and afternoon. Thursday, slight gentle showers and thunderstorms before 4 a.m. Some storms could be heavy rain, mostly Cascade at 64 degrees, and light southwest wind chance with a 20% for Friday, gentle showers and thunderstorms mainly after 9 a.m. Party size covered 82 degrees, the common given in the southwest wind 5 miles in the afternoon, wind chill size 21 mile an hour, chance of 30% for Friday night. Party size at 62 degrees, light southwest wind. Sorry, most size with 87 degrees, southwest wind 3 to 8 mile an hour, wind chill size 23 mile an hour. Sorry night. Gentle showers May after midnight, mostly clouds for 78 degrees, southwest wind 5 to 8 mile an hour, chill size 20 mile an hour, chance of 40% for Sunday. Gentle showers, most size skies with 86 low 67 degrees and southwest to about 6 mile an hour, gust 23 mile an hour, chance of 50%. And for Monday, gentle showers, most size with 86 low 63 degrees, calm and chance with 30%. Tuesday, gentle showers, puts size with 79 low 62 degrees and northeast to about 3 to 5 mile an hour, chance with 30%. And for Wednesday, gentle showers, puts size with 79 degrees. Right now, Norton it's 84 degrees and mostly Cascade. That's me for the video channel. 5 o'clock news on this Wednesday evening, June 24th, 2020. Peter Woods, have you have a good evening. About to stay safe, be positive, be healthy, be well. We'll see you at 10 o'clock for 10 o'clock report. We have a good evening.